guys, it's Beth and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be me getting ready, just because it's that time of the month, if you know what I mean, and I just feel like the blob. So I want to put some makeup on and kind of perk up my spirits, and I thought I would turn on the camera and do that with you guys since it's been a while since I uploaded last. I'm also going to be just showing you some of my favorite products that I've been loving as of recently, and I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the ColourPop and RawBeautyKristi at Foresight palette. I am just so excited about this. I think I've mentioned this before. I've been watching Kristi since she had like 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, and just watching her YouTube journey has been just awesome to see. I've seen her from when she was a really small channel to where she's at now, which is over 1 million and 2 collabs, and she's pregnant and having a baby. Like, it's just amazing. So I am really excited to try this out today. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, just keep on watching. All right, so I'm going to start off with primer, and as you guys know, my skin is a little bit more on the dry side, especially now that it's getting colder outside. I'm getting like a dry patch right here and just really trying to keep my skin hydrated. So I've been loving this. This is fairly new to me, but I have been using it for at least a couple weeks at this point. It is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer, the 12-hour makeup grip. So this is supposed to be a dupe for the Milk, whatever, gripping, the milk primer. You know what I'm talking about. It's got that like clear green gel consistency, but it is really hydrating feeling on the skin. It does add some extra moisture, which I really like in a primer. And as you rub it in, it does get a little tacky. I don't know if you can see that, but it does feel really nice. And it doesn't feel like too sticky where it's like glue on your face, but it does get a little bit of a tacky finish and it feels nice and hydrating. So I have not been really wearing foundation at all. I've just been using my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and getting that under the eyes. I put it a little bit on my nose, maybe the sides of the nose where I have some redness, a little bit on the chin, I get some darkness here, and then a little bit just on the center of the forehead, just to make everything kind of look like it belongs on the same face. So a little under the eyes, a little on the redness and on the tip of the nose, a little here. And that's literally all I do. And I just take a sponge. This happens to be just like an actual beauty blender, but you can use whatever sponge you like. And I just blend that right in to my skin. And there's no real rhyme or reason as to why I haven't been wearing foundation. It's pretty much just out of laziness. Like, I can do this quicker than I can put a foundation on and then go over it with concealer. I can just dot this around, get it blended in, and be done. And even though I'm not putting this all over my face, it still looks like perfected. Because I'm literally just getting the concealer where I need coverage. I don't need a lot of coverage down in this part of my face, and I don't really need coverage on my forehead too much. So just kind of targeting my more problem areas still helps to give more of a flawless finish overall. So before I get any creasing underneath the eyes, I'm going to take my Pretty Vulgar powder and just start pressing that in before I go in and do my cream bronzing. And then before I go in with powder anywhere else, I'm going to take my e.l.f. cream bronzer palette. As you can see, it is well loved. I really do love this, and this is my favorite shade in here. I can use all of these though, but this one, if I want more involved contour, I'll use kind of like these two in contour, and then I'll go in and like warm up with this deepest one. But if I just want to do like one and done, I go for this one. My hair would get out of my business, that'd be great. So I just dip my brush in and get it on the face. No real technique involved, just kind of slapping it on. Just really easy, really quick. If you really wanted to make this foolproof, you can kind of get in with your finger and stripe it around and then go ahead and blend it out. But I just like to press my brush in. You just need like one little dab and it is more than enough for each area of your face. And now I'm going to go back in with my powder and press this down the center of my face. Like I've said before, even though my skin is more on the dry side, I still do like to go in and set around the face just to make sure everything is locked in place. I try not to over powder like my little dry patches and stuff like that, but I still do like to set. See, like, doesn't that just look really good already, even for not having like foundation on? And then this is where you can go ahead and go in with like an all over setting powder. You could just use the loose powder, but I just like the loose powder down the center of the face, and I like to use a pressed powder everywhere else. This is the Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation. Still trying to work through this one. It's not my favorite, but I am trying to use it up. I have like a major dent in there. And then for blush, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Primer Infused Shimmer Blush, and it is in the shade Always Preppy. It's just a nice shimmery pink. Not too shimmery where it's going to like, you know, be super shiny and like sparkly, but it does add just a little bit of a glow to the cheeks, which I think is really pretty. And I'm kind of like going with the vibes of my shirt today, so. But I have been using this blush a ton lately. This is a definite favorite of mine right now, and I think it's only like $6. Really good blush. Speaking of e.l.f., I did have a bunch of new stuff in the mail that I wanted to use in a video, and I accidentally had it sent to my old apartment, so I had to call FedEx. And I mean, I went to my old apartment first and had an old neighbor let me in, and my package was nowhere to be found. So I called FedEx, and then they told me I had to get a hold of the shipper. So I emailed e.l.f. and they were really awesome about it actually, and they just sent me a new package that shipped today. So look forward to hopefully maybe like an e.l.f. video soon, full face e.l.f. Okay, so since I am trying to use up some things, I did use up this setting spray. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray, and yeah, I completely used this one up, and I got this in like a little trio as a stocking stuffer last year. And the next one I'm going to move on to is the Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Setting Spray. I only have like this much left. I have quite a bit of the matte one left because I don't really need a matte setting spray, but maybe I'll try to use that one up. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can save it for next summer. I like to really shake this one up because it does have some like glowy pigment in there, and if I don't shake it up good enough, I can see some little specks on my face. But if, like I said, if I shake it up really good, it just gives a really nice finish to the face. So I'm going to use this and then just roll everything in to my face. And see, I just think everything looks really pretty and really natural and like still flawless at the same time, but I didn't use an actual like foundation all over my face. So next I'm gonna move on to highlighter, and I got this in my BoxyCharm, and it is the Beauty Creations Cali Glow highlighter palette, and this is actually really pretty. I really like this, and I'm gonna use the shade Malibu, which is this more like pinky champagne one, pinky peachy champagne. I've been really enjoying this, and it's pretty much all I've been using lately because it's just easy to reach for a palette, and I have multiple options, so I can kind of go with whatever vibe I want day to day out of just one palette. And it does give a nice finish to the skin. It's not like too chunky or shimmery. It does give a nice glow, which I really like. So now we are gonna move into this bad boy right here. It is so pretty. The Raw Beauty and ColourPop RawBeautyKristi X ColourPop at Forest Sight palette. The packaging is everything, and then this is what the inside looks like. And I'm gonna be kind of like working with these shades, but I do want to use this on the lid as well. I am so excited to use this. I haven't swatched it or anything because I knew I wanted to do it on camera, and we finally have a sunny day here in North Dakota where I can get some good natural lighting in. So we are going to play with this today. I'm also going to be showing you a eyeshadow technique that I've been doing recently that I've been absolutely loving for my eye shape. I've pretty much done this same eyeshadow technique with different palettes for over a week straight now when I do wear makeup. I just find that it's really easy and really flattering on my eye shape. So I'm going to show you how I do that with using this gorgeous palette. Okay, so I'm going to start with a brush like this, and it is like a classic like blender style where it's more flattened but still fluffy, so you could use it to pack shadow but also blend. Very similar to the Sigma E25, which I have here, that is very stained, but this one I like because it's a little thinner. This one's a little bit more fluffy, but you could still achieve this same look with this brush. I don't even know, this is the brand Firma 201. I honestly have not even the slightest bit of a clue where I got this brush. I do not remember, but I've been really loving this one. As you can see, it is stained. But yeah, Sigma E25, I think e.l.f. even makes a brush like this. A lot of brands have the same kind of brush. I'm sure even Morphe does. So this is the kind of brush I'm going to be using, and I'm pretty sure this is like the only brush I'll be using today. Okay, so we are going to take the At Forest Sight palette, and I am gonna first start with Amanita right here, which is a deep kind of plummy burgundy purpley color. Really pretty. Okay, so I dipped the very tip of that brush right into that shade. So I have it at the tip of the brush, and what I'm going to do is just stamp it on the outer corner and drag it out towards my brow like in a winged shape. Just like that. Kind of taper it out, like I said, like a wing. And then you can start to blend it inward, especially toward the lower lash line. Same thing on the other eye. Just stamping first. And that's the thing that I really like about the shape of this brush, is I can stamp it and just kind of flick it outward. And like I said, once you have that kind of placed, you can start blending inward. And then I'm going to go into Old Growth, which is like a mauve-y color. And I'm going to just take that same brush, just kind of messily dip the brush in. And I'm going to start right here where that wing meets the crease and just start blending and bringing that into the inner crease area. I even go up to the end of the wing and knead it with that. Now, like I said, I find this to be really flattering on my eye shape, and I do have hooded eyes, but I think this would look really pretty on pretty much any eye shape, to be honest. And it's a little bit of a different technique than I normally go for, but I tried this out one day, and I was just playing with makeup one day and just wanted to try something a little bit different, and this is what I did, and I loved it, and have done my eyeshadow like this ever since that day that I tried it. And I just really like how it turns out every time, and it really is flattering on my eye shape. So I like to kind of clean off the brush and just blend out those edges, just so we have no harshness. And then you could even go back into that first shade, which is Amanita, on like the side of the brush there, and kind of start blending that in to like the inner part of the lid and into Old Growth here up where they meet. So that is where we are at so far, and I really like how it looks. So now this is where I'm a little bit worried about how it's going to turn out, because I'm going to go in with the shade Evergreen, which is kind of like this duochrome that goes from like a bronzy color to like almost a golden teal. I don't even know if you can really see that. I'm not sure how this is even going to look with these pinks, but I want to play with makeup today. So sorry, I have water in my eye. No, my eye is watering. So I'm gonna use this on the lid, and we're gonna see what happens. So just on my finger, that's how I always use my shimmers. I'm gonna start pressing that into the lid on this inner part and kind of fading it out into those berry pink tones. And honestly, that looks stunning with these pinks. I like it. I like it a lot. Same on the other eye. like to really concentrate most of the color on this inner part and kind of fade it out as you get into those deeper shades, so you have a nice fade and blend there. Wow, 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 wow. So stinking pretty. I did want the mycelium, what's it called? Super Shock shadow, but my sister was like in a rush trying to check out because she did place this order for me. And she forgot, so I was like, I'll get it some other time. But isn't that stunning? Oh my gosh. I am loving this color combo. You can even go back in with your brush and blend that edge there. I'm loving that. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this color combination, but I love my choices. I love that for me. I'm like deciding if I want to go in with one of like these greens on the lower lash line or even this brown, because I do have the liner that came in this collection, or one of the liners from this RawBeautyKristi collection, and I have the shade Woodsy. That is not it, sorry. But I do have the shade Woodsy. Is this it? Yes, it is. It has the little mushrooms and it's a nice brown color. And I don't know if I want to put that in the waterline. No. Maybe I'll do another video with this. Again, I think I do just want to stick with those berry tones because that's what I have going on here. And I am, again, going to go in with this same brush and take Amanita just on the very tip of the brush. This is, again, what I've been doing lately and absolutely loving. And I'm just going to get that on that outer portion of the lid, or lower lash line, I mean. Ooh. My only complaint, I wish this had a stinking mirror. Because look, this is the ColourPop and Kathleen Lights Zodiac palette. It has a mirror in here, which I appreciate. This does not, which I mean is totally fine, but a mirror would be nice. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, when it comes to doing first impressions on ColourPop palettes, I know I'm gonna like the quality of the shadows because ColourPop just generally has really good quality eyeshadows. It's more of like the color combination, like do I feel inspired by it? Can I create a lot of different looks with this? And I really think that I can. You have some good neutrals in here, but you also have these like fun jewel tone pops and a couple of shimmers. So I just think this is a really fun palette. And yeah, I'm only using like 3 shadows and I created this really fun look. So imagine what you can do with the rest of the shades in the palette. So I'm taking Old Growth on this inner portion of the lower lash line. I want to take this Cali Glow palette that I used on the face and take that same highlighter that I have on the cheeks and put that on the inner corner of the eye. Because there's no real like highlighting shade in the palette, which is totally fine. And you could get it with one of the Super Shock shadows in the collection. Guys, I am dying over this eye look right now. This is so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so now what I am going to do is pop on a brow, pop on some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so we have brows and mascara on, and I just want to talk about this mascara real quick. I got the Mally Lift and Curl mascara. And so far, I mean, I've only had it, this is only like my 3rd time using it, and I'm not a big fan. Like maybe when it dries out, and also this is not a waterproof mascara, so that's probably what my problem is. I just feel like it's a little too wet and obviously does not hold a curl as well as like my waterproof mascara. I ran out of my, actually I'm lying. Well, I mean, I was nearing the end. It was getting a little dry. My son got into my L'Oreal Lash Paradise, so, or no, it was my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift that he got into. So I had to move on to this, and I'm gonna use it up, but I'm not like a huge fan. It's not making my lashes as, you know, stand-up-y as I would like. And I have really watery eyes, and this is not good for watery eyes. So I'm letting that dry a little bit because then I like to like blink down on it and like lift my lashes a little bit more. But we are gonna move on to lips. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my lashes to dry a little bit more, I'm going to apply this ColourPop Lippie pencil, and this is the shade BFF. And this is just like the perfect nude for me, like really mimics the natural shade of my lips. So it's a really easy one for me to overline with because it makes it look more natural. See, that is just such a natural shade. Like, I can put this on, throw a clear gloss on over the top, and call it a day. Now let's see if my lashes are a little more dry. And watch, this is how the lashes look now. I'm gonna blink and hold them there for 10 or so seconds. And look at that. They are just standing right up. And if I just do that a few times until I know the lashes are for sure dry, I will have a better curl. Because you kind of just let them dry in this upturned position, so it helps them curl a little bit better. I will say for a non-waterproof mascara though, it doesn't completely drop my curl, which is nice. But I mean, I like my drugstore mascaras better, if I'm being honest. All right, now for gloss. I am actually going to use this Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish. And this is in the shade Birthday Suit, I think. Yep. And these smell really delicious. And this is like the perfect color to go with my shirt. It's kind of like a cool pinky mauve color. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really love how my makeup turned out today. I am definitely feeling a lot less like the blob right now. I actually feel kind of cute. So probably be posting some selfies today, maybe making a TikTok or two, which I've been loving TikTok. So if you want to follow me, I will have the link down below. Quickly, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the 3 shades of this palette that I did use. I knew I was gonna like the quality. I love Kristi. I love ColourPop. I knew I was gonna like this. I love the color selection. You have some of your basic neutrals. You can get a nice neutral look out of this, but you can also get something more fun and more colorful. It is like a rainbow palette, but just more like toned down and deepened, which I think is really fun and really pretty. I cannot wait to use some of these greens and these warm, yummy, delicious tones. I'm really excited about this palette. I think it is a really good one. When it comes back in stock, I believe I saw somewhere that's supposed to be back in stock December 11th or something like that. I would definitely check it out if you're a fan of ColourPop. If you want to support Kristi, I think it is a good palette. If this color story speaks to you in any way, I would recommend. I really like it. I just want to, woo! I just really wanted to swatch that gold because look at that. Really pretty. I'm gonna actually, I want to swatch the PNW, Pacific Northwest look. That is like the perfect like teal blue. Ooh. I can't wait to play with this palette some more. Maybe I'll do another video on that. If you would like to see that, let me know in a comment below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today. I hope it was a little splash of some positivity in your day, or I made you smile, or showed you a new eyeshadow technique, something. I hope this video gave you something. If you did enjoy getting ready with me, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.